Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Narayana. I am an astrologer, artist, and author who finds inspiration in the symbolic language of astrology. I am here to give you an update regarding the energetic alignments of the week of February 10th to February 16th of 2025. Last week, we spoke about the Mercury Cassimi occurring on Sunday very early in the morning and how that could manifest as big insights or breakthroughs or just big epiphanies. Well, that energy continues as Mercury and the Sun, both Mercury and the Sun, since they're traveling together, form a square with Uranus this week, which is part of the configuration of this week's full moon in Leo. These breakthroughs are really seeking to liberate us from something, to liberate us from the past, from preconceived notions, from stories that we have been telling ourselves. And it is really important that we flow with this energy. It is all really related to the full moon in Leo that arrives on Wednesday, February 12th, but we will be feeling it all week. What is happening with this full moon is that it brings an energy of surprises, twists, unexpected events, surprises, and the energy is going to be really charged this week. Full moons are times of completion when lunar energy reaches its climax and kind of everything happens all at once. So it's really important to stay grounded and to remember some of the key aspects of this full moon, which I am here to tell you all about. So this full moon is happening in Leo. We're in Aquarius season, so the sun is in Aquarius, but the moon is becoming full in Leo in the opposite sign. And there's a lot of energy around our desires. Like Leo represents me, like the ego, like kind of like an energy of individuality. And Aquarius represents how that energy relates to the collective. So we are going to feel a lot of pushback between the energy that we put on ourselves, on our lives, and on creating what we desire versus the energy that we invest in the collective. And this is really important because in Aquarius season, we're starting to realize that more than ever, community efforts are incredibly important. This is due to Pluto in Aquarius. And while Pluto is not necessarily involved in this full moon because the sun is pretty advanced in Aquarius now, there is this perhaps tug of war between what I want and what I'm investing in my community. Like, do I have enough time? Am I putting enough effort on creating the community that I care about? And so it is a balancing act. Full moons are balancing acts. So expect to feel a little bit torn between that. And also, this full moon has an intense configuration. We have, like I was saying, the moon and the sun opposing, and they are both squaring Uranus, the planet of surprises, exhilaration, and change. So there is change happening at this full moon, but there is resistance towards it. There is an energy of unrooting, like we are unrooting a plant, or we are unrooting ourselves from old belief systems, or maybe liberating ourselves from situations that no longer seem aligned with our path, maybe liberating ourselves from something that just felt like a lot of weight on ourselves, on our minds. Aquarius is all about the mind. And it's really important to go with the flow right now. Like I was saying, Uranus brings the archetype of the change maker, the liberator, the awakener. And sometimes to awaken us, Uranus is going to instigate a little bit of a dramatic change, but this is always for our highest good, regardless of what happens. It is an energy of excitement as well. This is an energy of brilliance, aha moments, liberation, and it is an opportunity to show ourselves as we truly are. This is how the energy of Leo and Aquarius plays out. Now more than ever, we are being invited to show ourselves authentically. And by showing ourselves authentically, we are also making room for other people to show themselves authentically as well. Mercury, which is traveling very close to the sun, is also going to be part of this configuration. So there could be a misalignment between our mind and our heart. And we might even have to make decisions based on this. You might run into situations that will ask you to choose between the logical side or what feels right to you this week. And it's super important to listen to your heart. The sign that brings an energy of fire, which is Leo, where the full moon is happening, is the zodiac sign that rules the heart. The heart. It is Leo. And when you have to choose, or if you have to choose this week, if you have to make a decision, it's super important to pay attention to what your heart is telling you. Your heart always knows the answer. This is especially true with the Nord node of the moon now traveling through Pisces. And I'm going to talk about that too. While the full moon energy of this week is very prominent at the beginning of the week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, once the moon is waning, starting Thursday, things start becoming a little bit more mellow. Things are kind of like waning or dying down. Things start becoming a little bit more flowy after that. And the reason is because we have Mercury after this full moon configuration. Mercury is going to enter Pisces and it is going to join three other planetary forces in the sign of Pisces. So there's a lot of watery energy in the sky right now, and actually over the next few months or weeks, a lot of alignments happen in Pisces. And what that means is that we are being inspired to listen to our intuition, to listen to our heart, to what feels right and not what seems logical or what seems to be like the smartest move. This is going to be very prominent on Valentine's Day, on February 14th. Last week, we talked about the Nord node of the moon sitting at a very special place in the sky, which is the most romantic place in the sky, 27 degrees of Pisces, which is the degree of Venus's exaltation. So I think that this Valentine's Day is going to be one for the books. At a glance, it doesn't seem like that sweet or that flowy because the moon is going to be traveling in Virgo. So there's that kind of logical side of ourselves trying to take over. But that's not the vibe. In fact, the moon is going to meet with the south node of destiny. So the vibe is to listen to our hearts, to flow with the events that are occurring this week, and to channel our most compassionate sign. This Valentine's Day, I feel like there will be a lot of new commitments being formed, new partnerships being birthed, whether that is business or romantic or even friendships. Because with the North Node sitting at this beautiful place, still, as a friendly reminder, all the way to April 17th, we are being put face to face with people who are going to be important in our future, with people who are going to help us evolve and grow as humans. And for some of us, that might mean a new commitment, a new partnership, a new friendship, or even meeting like a mentor or somebody who's going to help us with something really important. Also on Valentine's Day, Mercury enters Pisces, and so that helps us flow more. We're not so stuck in our heads like we are at the beginning of the week. At the beginning of the week, there's so much mental energy, and there's this unrooting of old belief systems. But starting Friday, that Mercury enters Pisces, we're able to relax more. We're going to want to spend a little bit more time, even during meditation. We're going to spend more time resting, taking breaks, and we're going to need it because the Leo full moon is going to be loud. Any full moon in Leo is loud, but this one in particular just feels really potent. So Friday just brings everything to a close and things begin to mellow out. Over the weekend, we have nothing too major, but we do have the moon traveling in Libra. So this relationship vibe is still active during this weekend. We're more focused on being with people, being social, maybe being with our romantic partner, spending more time on the dating scene and connecting with people because Libra is a very social sign. But keep in mind that now the energy is waning. We're on the other side of the full moon. So from now all the way to the next new moon, which is in 2 weeks, we are letting go, we're leaving behind, and we are being invited to flow. We have a lot of water energy in the air, like I was saying, and this is actually one of the signatures of the astrology of 2025. Just a lot of water, emotions, creativity, compassion, forgiveness, all of those themes are going to be super important to grow, evolve, and feel comfortable with the astrology of 2025. Thank you so much for being here. Just make sure to check out my offerings at the bottom. And if you enjoy these forecasts, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.